Hello, everyone. This is your video instructions for Monday's assignment of writing an imitation poem. So the first step is for you to read through the poem that I have provided for you twice. And I've already explained last week why we do that. The poem is entitled Ode to Cheese Fries by Jose Olivares. So you're going to read through this twice, and then you're going to listen to me reciting the poem for you. So that will be your third time going through it. As you are reading and as you're starting to notice things in your reader's notebook, I also want you to do an analysis of this poem using either the PQP or the TP cast. If you don't remember what those were, go back to last module, Monday's assignment, where I've got instructions written and video for how to do those. Although you should have done them 3 times last week. So you should have a pretty good understanding of how to analyze using one of those two. You need to do that so that you can really get into the poem. You can understand the content. You can understand the shifts when there's a change of focus, and that's going to help you to figure out what is the theme, what's the message that Olivares has for readers of this poem. Then, after you've completed that, you're going to write an imitation poem. So an imitation, it's not the real thing. It's similar to it, but it is not the authentic piece. So you're going to write your own ode to some kind of food, just like Olivares wrote about this ode to cheese fries. So you want to kind of follow the structure of his poem. You'll notice how he structured his stanzas. You're going to want to notice his imagery, his sound devices, what figurative language does he have in there. So really pay attention to that. And then you're going to be doing your own on this document. So your learning target is to write an imitation poem that uses precise words and phrases, telling details, sensory language that's going to convey a vivid picture. You don't have to do in this box, because this was an assignment that my students did last year. And in fact, when they did it last year, we did it on paper. And that's why I'm sitting back here, because I want you to see these were their imitation poems that they did. So we have Ode to Otter Pops right there, Ode to Scones, Ode to S'mores, Ode to Capri, oh, you can't see that, Ode to Capri Suns, Razor Clams, Trix yogurt, bug juice. So they had a lot of fun doing those odes last year. And because we did it on paper, they were able to draw in this box. You don't have to do that because we're not here in person. So don't worry about this box right here. If you want to add a picture in, if you want to put in an image of your food that you are writing your ode to, you can certainly do that, but don't worry about it if you don't want to. Then you're going to identify what is that food that you are going to write your ode to. And in this box, you're going to type out your own version. So remember, this is an imitation, so it should look similar to the original. Here is your original. Look at each stanza. How many lines do you notice in each stanza? How many stanzas are there? Okay. What do they talk about? What's the focus of the first stanza? What is the focus of the second stanza? So kind of go stanza by stanza. Then as you write your own, I'm trying to think. I think I asked students last year to do at least 3 stanzas. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Some people did the whole thing, imitated it just like Olivares's, but that's a lot to try to do. So I would at least like you to see an imitation of 3 of these stanzas. Okay, so Kind of try to do the same length of line. You'll notice this line's a little bit longer than this one, and then this one is the longest, and then it goes back to short again. So as you're typing out yours, you got to think, okay, how do you want to structure your words so that they are similar? They follow the pattern that you're seeing in Oliveira's poem here. Okay. So that is what you are going to be doing today. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me, but I also want you to have a little bit of fun with this, do a little bit of poetic writing, kind of get into the groove of being a poet, but you've got a great mentor text here in Oliveira's poem. So be sure to refer back to that as you're writing your own. Happy poetry writing!